Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Conta Turner. Hi guys, so glad that you could join in with me on today. Let's jump right into things. I have my notes so that I can stay on point and focus, right? First, I do want to let you all know that in the last video I had mentioned that I had gone to the doctor's office and that I didn't say that the doctor, she says that I have a good pulse in Geraldine and that I have a good flow of blood, right? That my blood is flowing like regular, as if it's a regular arm, right? So that's good. So, hey, at church, he asked me a few weeks ago if I had regular blood flow in it, was the blood still flowing in my arm, correctly or what have you. And I told him, and I said, yeah. And so, but when I did go to the doctor, I made sure that I checked, like, is the blood flowing properly in the arm? And she said, yes. And that's when she checked my pulse and she said, you got a good pulse. And she started, just kind of doing like brushing up this way like this. And I don't know if this was a motion that I need to start, but I have, making sure that the blood flow is going back up the arm and that I'm, trying to get some of the swelling down out of my hands by doing so, because Geraldine's hand stays swollen. The fingers are swollen a lot, often throughout the day. They're swollen. Now they will go down some, but like right now they're slightly swollen. So I just kind of do like that, one of those motions. So Fred, I hope that answered your question. I do have good blood flow. If I didn't, then it would eventually cause infection and rot and turn into gangrene, and it would have to be amputated, because she did say that. So also, I'm still exercising it to make sure that that I have good blood flow and that the muscles stay moist and lubricated and not stiffening up. So one day when I was at work, these two fellas, hey guys, they asked two separate questions. One was, did I have blood still flowing through this arm like Fred Thomas did? And I laughed. I said, because one of the guys at church just asked that question. And so he was like, he did? I said, yeah. I said, he just asked me that a couple of weeks ago. So, and then the other guy was, he wanted to know, he was like, KT, I'm not even trying to be funny, but I've never like touched your arm. And I said, you can touch it. And I'll hand anybody Geraldine real quick. I'm like, And I think for the most part, I don't know if people are scared to ask me, can they touch it? Or you don't have a desire to, or you just think it's gross. I'm not sure which one it is. And it doesn't matter, but it's okay to touch it. It's not like it hurts. Anyway, so, and I handed it to him and he just kind of went like that. And he was like, okay. And then he stopped, and then I asked the other one, I said, do you want to do it? And he was like, yeah, feels like a real arm. And I was like, because it is a real arm. Yeah. So, yeah. One thing that I will say about people touching my arm, okay, so everybody listen up. Where's your listening ears? I need your listening ears. When you touch my arm, because you're trying to get my attention, I don't know you're touching me. I don't have feeling in it. Now, if you put your hand on my shoulder, that's a little different. Now, I can feel that. Then I'm alerted that you're doing something. When you're touching my arm, I may feel the vibration up in my shoulder muscle, but I need to train my thoughts and my mind to say, hey, something is going on. Because I automatically, something strikes, there's a thought that is stricken at that time, and I'm like, something's going on, but I don't know what it is. And I need to train my mind to know that when I'm feeling that it's somebody touching this arm. I'm really trying to get better at that, because, hey, at church, he was trying to get by. I thought he had already gone by, but he hadn't. And he was patting my arm. Now, at that time, I didn't know he was patting my arm, right? But a signal went off and I was like, something's happening and I don't know what it is. Because I was steady talking to somebody and I was like, something, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I never looked this way. And eventually he got my arm and he moved it. He says, hey, I need to get by. And I said, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. And then I moved so he could get out of the way. And I laughed. He went on about his business doing what he was doing. And I laughed. That was so funny to me because I'm like, the signal had gone off. Something's happening to you, Conda, but I never knew it was somebody touching me. I just didn't. Now, my friends at this point, they got a bad habit of just hitting me in my arm. Like, girl, you're so funny. You're so funny. Blah, 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 And I'm like, watch my arm. And they're like, oh, my bad, you know. But that, if I see you doing it, I know that you're doing it. But if you're tapping me trying to get my attention and you're not saying anything like, hey, look at me or something, I don't know you're doing it. I'm not ignoring you. I'm not doing it on purpose. I just don't know to look over there. I just don't, because I don't have any feeling in the arm. But because there's vibration, I can feel something very, very slight. I feel something, like when I do that, it's not I don't want to be like, I feel it. I don't feel it in my arm. I feel it in my shoulder. I feel like a vibration or something vibrating up this way. But my mind doesn't automatically click, hey, somebody's touching you, turn your head. Now if you touch me on my left side, I'm like, what is it? Yeah, over here, bing, something's going on. What is that? Conta, what's that? And I'm trying to figure out what it is while you probably touching me and trying to get my attention. And I'm like, I know what this is. I know this. What is this? So I'm trying to train my mind that when I have that feeling that it's somebody touching me, and turn my head to the right so that I can see or address the person. I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm really trying to train my thoughts to turn, because I have a slow reaction now to my right side. I just do. You know, if something is going on the right side, I'm very slow to respond to it. Left side, what is it? Right side, I'm like, what is it? Oh, you know. And then I have to turn my head first, and then I move the rest of my body, you know, or I move my shoulder to move my body. This way I'm like, what is it? You know, I'm kind of like both at the same time, or shoulder movement first and then head. But it's, anyway, so that's that. I did want to share that with you guys. Geraldine's nails are growing back. I'm letting them grow. I let them grow just to see how long they will get, and then eventually when they either scratch my leg up enough, or it just starts they start getting a little unruly or just extremely sharp, I'm like, yeah, it's time to cut these down. So anyway, when I go to the nail shop, one of the ladies there, she's an older lady, and she's really nice. And she was one of the first people who gave me a manicure, you know, since my accident. And so she takes really, really extra care for me. She just shows a lot of care, and it means a lot to me because she's so nice. And even if she's not my nail tech for the day, she always comes over. She was like, you know, she wants to know how my hand is. And I said, it's doing the same. And so then she'll touch it. And she was like, I'm so sorry for you. And I was like, it's okay. And I said, thank you, you know. And so she just, babe, when I tell you, she just gently pats Geraldine. And I wish that I could feel it. I really, really do. Because this lady shows such good compassion and care for my arm, right? And it just makes my heart swell up, you know, and I always appreciate her. And so yeah, but Geraldine is doing okay. She has good blood flow. I make sure that my girl she's all pretty, and I'm like, I wanted to tell y'all this too. I bought some medical scar tape, and I'm gonna see if it can minimize some of the scar. I mean, not really minimize, but make it smaller, or make this line thinner, or not as, because it's kind of keloided a little bit. The top part, it keloided it to a certain area, then it stopped, and then it's just like flat right here. So I want to see if I put the medical tape on it, what the medical tape can do. Not trying to like, okay, the scar will always be there, but if it can kind of minimize the effect of the scar, and the one on my back as well. So I did buy that, and hopefully sometime soon I'll see some results. Anywho, I hope that you have enjoyed this segment. I hope that you have a great day. Make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel. And as always, be great and have an awesome day. Bye, guys.